Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. It's available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you pick up your copy, leave a review for Twin Flame Romance on Amazon. Once it's posted, email me at michellefondinauthor@gmail.com and I will gift you an Audible copy of Chakra Healing for Vibrant Energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe below, click on that bell for all notifications, and give the video a thumbs up. If you're interested in booking a twin flame reading with me, I do 30, 60, and 90-minute twin flame readings. You can go to my website, fondinwellness.com. I'm going to have a few announcements here, and I will put the timestamp for the beginning of the reading right below. If you're not interested in hearing the announcements, go ahead and click on that timestamp for the reading. As you may have noticed, I haven't been posting a whole lot on YouTube in the past week or two, and there is a reason for that. The main reason is that I'm in the midst of writing my new book. I can't reveal the title yet. I will, probably in a week or two. Once the book cover is finished, this book will be released in April, and I'm very, very excited for this book. It's going to be super duper helpful for this collective as well as other people who watch my YouTube channel. And that is the exciting news. And part of that exciting news is that I'm on a very, very strict regimen. When I do my writing, I'm on a really, really strict regimen. So everything else has to kind of fit around my writing schedule, including readings. I have a really tight schedule for readings. I read Tuesdays through Saturdays for very specific hours, and I need to stick to that while I am writing my book. It's super duper important. You might not notice as many videos coming out for the next few weeks. I'm going to try to post at least 3 videos a week, and we'll see how that goes until I've finished writing this new book. The next piece of news is that the online meditation course, I had a couple people sign up for the first one. It went super duper well. I'm planning on relaunching the online meditation course starting March 4th, 2020. If you are interested, please go to my website, fondinwellness.com. The other bit of news is that I am actually starting live events. This is something I announced probably back in November, December, and it's taken a while to formulate, put together, and just get the right timing for the live events. Since I live in the Los Angeles area in California, of course, the first event is going to be around the Los Angeles area. It costs money to travel. And while I really want to travel around the United States and perhaps in a year or two around the world to get out to you guys with my live events, it's just a matter of cost and income when it comes to those live events. So we'll see how the first one does. We'll see how the second one does, which will probably also be in Southern California somewhere. And then I can kind of expand from there. And the first event, I'm going to announce it loosely here. The first live event is probably going to be Sunday, June 7th, 2020 in the Los Angeles area. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely put that on your calendar. With no further ado, this is the Twin Flame Weekly Tarot Reading for today, which is February 23rd, 2020 for this week. This week is a special week because it's leap year week and we actually have February 29th this year, which means that this reading actually follows through to February 29th, 2020, which is kind of exciting. As for the energy this week, the energy was weird this week. There was a weird bit of energy in the Twin Flame Collective. As a result of this really weird energy, I received a lot of channeled messages from my angels, and I want to share that with you, but in a separate video. I can't share that with you in this video because it's too important to just share at the beginning of a reading video, but it's a strange energy that's starting to happen in the collective, and it's, according to the angels and guides, it's actually a needed thing. it's something that is needed. I can't really say more about it. I'm sorry. I will post a video this week on it. I'm trying to formulate the best way to deliver this message, and I will deliver the message. It's just that with the writing and with the messages that are coming through, I just have to find the appropriate time to script it out just so it comes out smoothly. But yeah, a lot of divine messages coming through for this week. Like I said, a really kind of weird energy happening in the collective. And I mean, if I have felt it, then you guys have probably felt it as well. And I want to reiterate what I said last week, which is be super duper 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 careful on who you listen to. Here's why. Divine messages that come through are always positive, uplifting, and filled with love. Even if they're bringing you messages of challenges or obstacles that may be in your way, it's always for your highest good, and therefore the messages are always full of love and peace. If you are getting messages from YouTube videos or blogs that are anything other than messages of love, unconditional love, and peace, then those messages are not divinely guided. So I just want you guys to be super duper careful from here on out with what you are letting into your sphere, what you're letting into your energetic space. And that is the one message that I will portray to you about the energy that's going on right now. We are going to start our reading. We're picking messages from Angel Tarot this week, from the Fairy Tarot deck, which I really love. I love the beautiful imagery in that, the Romance Angels, and some love messages. So let's get going. We are going to say a prayer over the cards, and as usual, we're going to start with messages for the Divine Feminine. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Twin Flames, Guardian Angels, Romance Angels, Twin Flame Angels, let this reading be the highest light and love of God the Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Please help us with the energy for this week. Help us to understand what's going on. We're going to start with the Divine Feminines. Please help us to understand this Divine Feminine energy that's coming through for this week, angels and guides. And let's begin. Let's pick out... We've got the Angel Tarot for Divine Feminines. The Fairy Tarot, I really love this deck. It's so pretty. It's just got some really positive, uplifting, and beautiful imagery, just the way of looking at Tarot in a whole different way. As you know, through me, I don't like scary imagery. I don't like dark imagery when it comes to Tarot. I always channel messages of the angels. What do Divine Feminines need to know, angels and guides? Okay, so now we're going to the Divine Masculine energy. What do the Divine Masculines need to know for this week, starting Sunday, February 23rd, 2020? Divine Masculines. What do Divine Masculines need to know? Awesome. And for the Fairy Tarot deck as well, for Divine Masculines, the Divine Masculine energy. All right, that one just popped right out. And now for the couple. Let's get Twin Flame couple energy for this week. Awesome. And for the Fairy Tarot, for the Twin Flame couple, that one came right out too. Working with some very high energy this week as well. So let's get the romance reading. The Romance Angel cards. Romance Angel. What does the Twin Flame Collective need to know as far as the couple goes? Okay, that one came out tentatively, but it came out. And now we're going to get messages of love. So we're going to pick two from this deck. This is very similar to the messages that come through in the Romance Angels deck. So let's just see. Messages of love for the Twin Flame couple for this week. The energy for this week. Please help us to understand. Okay, and one more. Let's get one more here. Awesome. And then now, here are some messages from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. What is in their heart space? What is in their subconscious mind? The messages, if they could give any messages to the Divine Feminines, what would the Divine Masculines give? Let's see. Divine Masculines, what messages would you give to your Divine Feminines? Okay, and a second one. Let's see. As usual, we're going to start with the Divine Feminine Goddesses. Interesting, because we got the Wheel card last week for Divine Feminines. Since we have 2 tarot decks for this week, we're working with 2 different tarot decks. It's interesting because Divine Feminines, this is seeds well planted. Divine Feminines have been infused in a lot of worry. There's been a lot of worry, a lot of concern about things not moving forward, but also I'm looking at career and finances about moving forward as well. And the 7 of Earth is really a card of seeds well planted. Don't worry. It means that your growth will come. The fruition of what you have planted will grow, will come to harvest. It's coming to harvest. It's actually happening. And there's no reason for you to worry. It's unfounded worry. Seeds are well planted. No need to stay in that worry energy. And the Wheel, we got this last week. This is about karma being balanced. It's also about, yeah, I love this. This is so beautiful. I like the imagery. It's got like a butterfly looking fairy here, which I'll post up on the screen. But it says delays are over. It's time to move forward. It's a time of positive change. It's a time of positive momentum. And again, the momentum is moving forward. And again, we got this last week for Divine Feminines. Momentum is moving forward. Don't stay in the unnecessary energy of worry. And interesting because the Divine Masculines, the 5 of Water card is the first card that came up. 5 of Water. This is just a little disappointment. It's a little disappointment about things not working out the way you had hoped. It's about maybe looking to the past, saying, oh geez, what happened? Like, I don't know how everything went wrong. I'm like super disappointed about how everything went wrong, why it went wrong. And it's a card of change though. It's a card of beginning to change perspective about that. And instead of looking to the past and going, why, like emotionally, why am I feeling this way? Why did things go so wrong? Why do I feel this regret? Why do I feel this sorrow? It's more about now I'm going to change my perspective about that. I'm going to look for the silver lining. I'm going to look for the opportunity rather than stay focused on where did everything go wrong. And I like it because this is an indicator of change, but the 10 of Winter is also an indication of change. This can sometimes, for some of you out there or some of your Divine Masculines out there, can indicate something like overcoming addictions, because the 10 of Winter can indicate recovery, coming out of addictions, recovery. But it can also mean recovery of feelings, like recovering from negative feelings and being able to move forward, that the worst is now behind you. You're able to lift that shadow and it's like the worst is in the past, the worst is behind you. Now you can actually break free and move forward, which is an awesome energy because again, it indicates change. Indicates, yeah, things weren't ideal in the past. They were not all rosy, but now is the opportunity for change. Now is the opportunity to remove those obstacles. Things are in the past. Those dark emotions are in the past, and it's time to move forward. And they're really feeling this. They're feeling it like, yeah, it's too bad what happened. Like, it really is too bad. But you know what? The past is in the past. I'm going to look toward the future now. I was rooted in the past. I was sad about the past, that things didn't work out for the Twin Flames the way we really wanted to work together. And this is Divine Masculine speaking, but now I understand that change happens for a reason. Change is necessary, and I'm going to change my perspective about this. It's interesting because I feel that you guys, and this is a lot of Twin Flames, a lot of you guys, when you come together, are going to be working together or working together on something or studying up on a topic that you're not super duper familiar with, but it's something that you guys want to do together. A new enterprise, a new entrepreneurship, a new vocation, a new charity work, volunteering. And I've seen this before. And the 8 of Earth is about studying something new that's going to give you a new revenue stream, something new that's going to help to make you wealthy in a way that you can be self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and maybe not so much dependent on that day job. Or it could be just, we're studying this to be financially secure in order to have that promotion in the day job. But the reason why I see this as together is because guess what I got for the twin flame couple? The Lovers card. I got the Lovers card, you guys. I feel like this work, this skilled work, this research to do skilled work is you guys working together. Isn't this beautiful? This is such a beautiful card because in this Lovers card versus others, it shows the couple getting married, which I think is so beautiful. It's the divine union. It's really gorgeous. I love it. And there's Archangel, I believe that is Archangel Raphael that is behind them, helping them, like consecrating the marriage. It's beautiful. But I feel that it's the twin flame couple that you guys are going to learn something new together, to be able to have that vocation together, that new work, that new entrepreneurship. Something is happening with that. This is what, this is part of what I have been seeing for the past several weeks with twin flames. And man, some of you guys that are twin flames, divine feminines, or divine masculines, I'm seeing it tipping the scale more in the direction of the divine feminines now. Some of you are not letting go of previous relationships. Some of you are still, and I said this last week, guys, some of you are still hanging on to those past relationships. And I'm talking about serious relationships. I'm talking about marriages. I'm talking about partnerships in which you are living together. Long-term relationships that have been a part of your consistent daily life, whether they are healthy or unhealthy. But you can't be on the fence in between two relationships. It's just not possible. And what I believe that a lot of you, especially divine feminines, like I said, I feel like the angels are showing me like a seesaw or a scale that's tipped in this direction. So, you know, here's when there are two people on a seesaw, right? I guess for those of you in other countries, I don't know if that's what it's called. In the US, it's called a seesaw, but it's a kid's playground thing where it's a plank of wood with something in the middle and kids are on either side and one goes up and one goes down. But they're showing me that with the scale or the seesaw tipped in the direction of the divine feminine for this. And what I'm seeing is that some of you out there are sitting on the fence about the relationship that you are currently in. But you want to be in a relationship with your twin flame. It's just you're not making that choice. You're not making that decision. You're not letting go of the relationship you're in for fear of what if it doesn't work out with my twin flame. So many of you are holding on to that person and going, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if that twin flame comes back to me first. And then when they come back to me, then I'll let go of this other connection. That's not the way it goes, guys. That is not the way God works. It's like you have to take that leap of faith. And once taking that leap of faith, you will see change happen. You might not see it happen right away, but you need to take that leap of faith first. Because I got the free yourself, it's time to take back control of your life, and the decision card. A decision needs to be made about freeing yourself from a relationship that is holding you back from your twin flame. This is for some of you. This is not for all of you, but it's for some of you. And what's happening as a result of you not letting go of this other relationship, your twin flame The twin flame that is not in a relationship with somebody else is highly obsessed, because that obsession card, I believe this came out one other time, but it's that obsession about when are you going to do this? When are you going to get out of that other relationship? This is ridiculous. I'm trying to come to you, but I can't come to you if you're still with that other person. Yeah, it's so clear. It's so clear, you guys, that your twin flame is waiting. For those of you in that situation, I say this is not all of you, but for those of you in that situation, Divine Feminines, your twin flame is waiting in the sidelines for you to let go of that other relationship. And like I said, there might be some lag time. It's not like you're going to let go of that relationship and then all of a sudden your twin flame is going to come knocking on the door the very next day. That's not the way this happens. It's like God's going to test you. Are you really serious about this? Are you ready for this? Are you willing to make that choice? Are you willing to just trust in divine guidance rather than trusting in your own ego? Because the ego is the part of you that doesn't want to let go. The ego is the part of you that needs the security. That's not your spirit. Your spirit knows that you're infinitely loved at all times. It's that ego that wants to hold on to the security. So you guys know what you need to do. And this is 2 to 3 weeks in the making where I've been saying this consistently. Messages from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. I couldn't let you get close to me. And that's something that I know many, many, many of you Divine Feminines have experienced. That your Divine Masculine wouldn't let you get close to them and they wouldn't share their deepest feelings with you. Maybe you said I love you and they never said it back, or you told them how important this connection is and how deeply you felt and they never reciprocated. And that's what was happening. Your Divine Masculine says, I will wait for a sign from you. Now, actually, it's really interesting because this has been coming up in a lot of personalized readings for this week across the board. I feel that, again, for many of you still in relationships, they're waiting for that energy to be let go. They're waiting for the energy of that relationship to go away. That's the sign. For others of you who have blocked or ghosted your twin flame Divine Masculine in return, perhaps, for a ghosting or whatever, blocking or getting rid of the profile on social media, or the profiles plural on social media, like you blocked them on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever because they blocked you first or unfriended you or whatever. They're actually waiting for a sign. That sign could be a friend request. That sign could be just a quick text message of, hey, thinking about you, hope you're well, or something like that. But for some of you that have created barriers and obstacles between you and your twin, they're actually kind of waiting because they don't want to get burned again either. Just in the same way that you don't want to get burned, they don't want to get burned again either. Because 2 wrongs don't make a right. That's what the angels said. 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's just because they unfriended you or blocked you from social media does not mean that you had to do the same. It's that ridiculousness of the ego games that we're going back and forth. And if you're operating from unconditional love, those games can't happen. You cannot play those games from unconditional love. You have to, if you are aware that it's a game, you have to be the bigger person. Again, a lot of work, and this does kind of reflect the energy that was coming through for this week. The decision time is here and now, guys. It's here and now. For those of you actually doing the work, for those of you who are staying rooted in unconditional love, whatever the status of your relationship with your twin, things are going to move forward for you. We've got the Lover's card here. Those of you that are staying in resistance, you need to let go of that resistance before things will flow. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell for all notifications. Give the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can also pledge your support on Patreon. We do a private party podcast every single month. You can listen to the podcast for a pledge of $10 or more per month. If you want to ask a question, it's $25 or more per month. www.patreon.com/MichelleFondin. And I will see you in the next video.